Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the How to Put Your Project Steering Board on Cruise Control Regional Forum and the on-air virtual event platform. We're very excited to be using this platform for our first regional forum in 2020, and we hope you enjoyed as much as we've enjoyed it in the past couple weeks when we've been working with it. So I do want to introduce myself. If you haven't met me before, my name is Kris Lynch. I am a program coordinator with the SUNY Center for Professional Development, and I also have Christa Glassman here. I'll let her introduce herself as well.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. We have a little bit of snow here in Western New York. You may have some across the state from wherever you're remoting in from. Welcome to our regional forum. Kris and I have been working on putting this together for several weeks now, and we're very excited to present this topic to you and look forward to interaction, collaboration, and lots of new faces and friends to help us with project steering and project boards.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, all right. So let's get started here. All right. So like I said, welcome to our second annual one. We did have our first annual project management regional forum back in November of last year after the Wizard Conference. So we're really happy that you've chosen to spend the day with us. So our goal today is to really help you add and enhance your skill set. We know that across the SUNY platform and across the SUNY University system, that many different people have different level sets when it comes to project management, and our goal is to help advance that for everyone. So it's intended to give you some hands-on activities and ideas that you can use when you are going back to your campus and talking about project management. So today's forum is actually geared towards leadership. That can mean different things to everyone, but it involves giving a clear vision and strong enthusiasm for the mission of your institution. This also gives you the opportunity to make some different bonds with coworkers in and outside of your IT department. We can do collaboration, negotiation, and lots of communication, and some firefighting if necessary. So I do want to introduce some of our speakers today. We have some speakers from all across the SUNY organization. Our first speaker this morning will be April Panzer from SUNY System Administration. She's going to be giving our morning keynote this morning on project portfolio governance, some different ideas for you to think about why you would want to have a governance or a steering board at your community. At your university, I apologize. And then she also will be giving our second morning presentation. April has worked as a project manager for quite a few years in SUNY and outside of SUNY, in government and in private sector. And so she's going to be giving some different examples of different governance boards that she's been a part of. She has 4 of them, and they 2 in one type of governance and 2 in the other. Some are customer and some are organizational steering communities. Our second speaker is Lori Fox. Lori works at SUNY Geneseo. We have been talking to Lori a lot. She's a great resource. She doesn't have an official steering board or governance board at her university. So she's going to be talking about how to actually institute some of the different policies and procedures that steering and governance boards use at your university, even though you don't have something formal. And then, of course, you've just met Christa. She is my co-moderator of the Project Management Professionals Community of Practice on Workplace. She is a project manager in the PMO office at ITEC, and she actually established that in 2010. And then, of course, myself, I am the other co-moderator of the Project Management Professionals Community of Practice. Like I said, I'm a program coordinator at the SUNY Center for Professional Development, specializing in technical programs. So I will have Christa talk about why we are here.
All right, hopefully everybody can hear me. We established this forum and we came up with this idea because we saw a need from being within the community for a while, not only on the workplace community of practice, but also with us SUNY PM and attending conferences. We felt that it was important for people to get a handle around steering boards and working with projects and working with people on project teams. So often, those of us in SUNY don't really have the title of project manager, but we're asked to run projects, small, medium, and large. So what we wanted to do was gather a group of like-minded individuals together, and these would be people who initiate projects, who manage them, who support them for their institutions. And the topic for today is to focus specifically on project steering boards. And what are they? What role should they play in your project and at your institution? What should they do? What shouldn't they do? And how can they best be utilized to help your projects move along through their life cycle and be delivered in a successful way? One of the main goals of our day today will be to listen to how both April and Lori have facilitated projects at their institutions, how they use collaboration, how they use tools. And then at the end of the afternoon, we're going to have breakout sessions that you can practice. Here are our learning objectives for the day. And just a reminder, when our day is finished, we'll be able to gather up and package all of the materials that you're seeing here, as well as the recordings, and they'll be delivered to you through this portal. Kris is going to be working on that with me. So first and foremost, any good forum always has a set of learning objectives, and what you'll see here are the 3 sets of learning objectives. First, we're going to define the role of the project steering board. I put some bullet points in here. Steering boards can take on different forms. Sometimes they're a decision-making body, and that's just it. Sometimes they're a resource for advice. They really should be creating value for your projects, and they also should contribute a role in continuous improvement of what you're producing as part of your projects. Next, we're going to understand the purpose of the project steering board in providing strategic direction to your institution, supporting and advocating on behalf of project work. They often monitor and act on conflicts between timelines and priorities. And as we all know, we have far more to do than we have resources, time, and money to do. So often a steering board can step in and help the project managers decide which areas to focus on. And they also are important to offer insight on potential risks for work. And finally, leveraging this steering board, and this is where our afternoon workshop comes into play. When you're finished with that, we'll have a working example of a model of a project steering board, because you'll be working on that during your breakout sessions. And as I mentioned just previously, links to the recordings and the slide decks and the audio and the project steering board exercises, that'll be takeaways for you for the end of the day.
So I will go over today's schedule here with everybody. Hold on one second. There we go. Perfect. All right. So we do have a nice schedule here. As you know, today we're in the welcome address and introductions till about 10:15 this morning. Our keynote will start about 10:18 and run an hour. That will be given by April Panzer from sysadmin, as we indicated. And then our second morning session, after a small break, will start at 11:26 and go till 12:15. We will have a lunch from 12:15 to 1, so you can go out and get something to eat. Lori will be presenting at 1 p.m. till 2 p.m. for an hour, talking about project governance and how it's set up at her university at SUNY Geneseo and some other ideas. From about 2:03, we're going to be doing a breakout room primer. We are going to be doing a training quickly, about 5 minutes or so, to talk about how the breakout rooms will work in the afternoon so that you're ready to go. Then the breakout rooms will run from 2:25 to 3:25. We have them set up with about 5 to 6 people in each breakout room, so people can speak and get the most interaction. And then finally, after a small break in the afternoon, we'll be doing the reflections. On our breakout room, we're going to ask 2 to 3 groups to actually present on what they did in the breakout room and what they came up with, so that the whole group can hear it. And then we will do our final wrap up about 4:18. Just a quick talking about all the different takeaways that all the groups had, so that we can create a slide and a takeaways for you to take home with you after the event is over. So just some quick on-air tips and tricks since everyone's pretty new to the portal. One of the big things is in the upper left-hand corner, please use the back to timeline link instead of your browser buttons with your back and forward. If you use your browser buttons with the back and forward, that can log you out of the portal. Don't worry, you can get back in pretty easily. Just go back to the emails that you've received. There was one sent out this morning and one a couple days ago with your link to log into the portal. Okay, that's the second point. Keep that email just in case you get logged out so that you can get back in. Make sure that you've set up your camera and your microphone in your profile. Those are going to be super important during the breakout sessions. During the breakout training, I'll talk more about that so you have it. But if you're looking to do that now, up in the upper right-hand corner of your on-air portal, there should be either your photo or your initials as a little icon. If you click on that, you can select your settings. At the very bottom of the page is where you can set your camera and your audio, which microphone you want to use and which camera you want to use, so that you can take a look at that. Also in there is all the different information you can set up about yourself if you want to take a look at that as well. For each one of these sessions, we do have the discussion forum and the live Q&A enabled. You can find both of these to the right of the presentation screen. The discussion forum is similar to a chat. That's to use for different participants speaking about the different presentations. We won't be moderating that as presenters. Instead, we'll be looking at the live Q&A. So if you have any questions that you want to ask the presenters at all times, we ask that you put it in the live Q&A instead of the discussion forum. It's easier for us to find them and curate them and make sure that we're answering for them either live or in text. And again, if you have any technical difficulties, you can use the red support icon at the very top of your screen on the right-hand side. Looks like a little guy with a headset on. We have technical support people monitoring live support so they can help you with any issues you may be having. So I think that is about it. So we're going to get ready to go here. We're looking forward to having a great presentation and a great day with you all. And I hope you enjoy the regional forum and the on-air platform.